something like that. Imagine trying to do this map without Momo. Like, you know, that's just, oh, hell nah.
The shitty thing about it is the whole stun shit, because if you don't have that blue head booster, it's pretty annoying to get around the stun.
I just use Blenheim. That Blenheim unit on the... I mean, I stopped playing, but I use that Blenheim unit that does damage to yourself on the... And he also removes like 6 turns of percent damage reduction. So I then have 1 extra turn on the ace support. So that's everything. And then on the invasion fight, my right-hand side is just Tempura, who gives 2 Wano slots to get through the barrier. And I pop Momo, so I get an attack boost. And then I have Germa Sanji on Tempura to get the orb boost. You have enough damage to kill plus end of turn damage. So it's very sweaty, but like I just tap with the 3 units, take the Yamato hit, die, stun gets removed, move to the final stage.
Okay, I see how it is.
You know, see, we've been. Hey, what?
Who needs
That's crazy, brother. That's crazy from you. Oh my god.
You know what else is crazy?
What's up?
Blowing up on a girl you like and say, hey, that's a lot of truckle you got back there. And then she's like, a whole lot of what? A whole lot of ass. What's going on, guys? My name is JP.
And welcome back to episode 98 of the Good, Great, Perfect podcast. That's a great way to start the episode, I'm gonna be honest.
That's a lot of treckle you got.
That's a lot of treckle you got there. And I'm not talking about your ass, you know what I'm saying? How many gems you got in that damn thing, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit's jiggling. we got the usual suspects. The gang's all here once again to chat Treasure Cruise today, episode 98. Not a lot on the agenda, I suppose, other than, you know, Gear 5's release and all that. But that's what we'll be covering today. We'll be covering a lot of like the stuff that's released naturally, and doing a proper thorough, you know, talk through of Gear 5 for now, and our thoughts and opinions in that regard. But without further ado, you know, we got no time to waste, fellas. Legend Izo came out.
Yeah, he did.
Yay.
That was a bit of a surprise. We knew Gear 5 was coming, and then we're wondering, like, what's the end of month batch going to be? And they fucking chose Izo out of everything.
Brother, I don't know. I could not tell you. But I mean, it kind of coincides with the PKA. So PKA was also Maha, which is in there too. But we'll chat about the PKA a little later after Izo, which we should just get into. Izo is a legend. Wow, who'd have thunk it? A strength shooter slasher. Their captain ability: boost strength and shooter characters' attack by 5.5 when they have a recovery, Wano, or tandem slot, 5.25. Otherwise, HP by 1.2. Makes their recovery and tandem slots matching. When tapping on a shooter character with a Wano slot, reduces all enemy threshold by 2 turns. For any character with barrier pen, reduces all enemies damage reduction by 2 turns when the character lands a perfect strike. They're special on 14 turn cooldown. Reduces 1 turn of cooldown. Reduces 1 enemy's HP by 20%. Set strength and shooter chain multiply growth rate up to 0.6, so good, great, perfect style. So 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 for 1 turn.
Boost their guys.
Yeah, oh, amen, brother. Boost their base attack by 1250 for 1 turn, and if enemies' damage reduction or defense up has 5 or more turns remaining when the special is launched, changes block slots to Wano. They are super class shooter.
Yep.
Reduces defense up by 6 turns, applies minus 25% resistance to shooter. I should just kept reading the fucking sentence, eh? And minus 25% shooter resistance to all enemies for a turn, and changes shooter to super shooter. They have a final tap, wild, reduces all enemies threshold by a turn, and further boosts the chain multiplier of the final tap by 2.25. Might as well just keep going with the Rumble kit as well.
Their Rumble is mid.
They have a support that attaches to Ace, Marco, Whitebeard, Okiku, and Odin. 10% base stats and reduces 1 turn of damage reduction when you hit a perfect, so not bad. And their Rumble kit, 30 second CT, targets shooter teammates, attack at level 5 for 20 seconds, targets 1 enemy for attack up 1.2x 6 times. When 5 shooter are on the team, self CT up and speed up level 5 for 30 seconds. Rumble ability: shooter class teammates get attack up, HP up after level 5, up to receiving half stats up to 1 time self attack at level 10. And they have a GP ability, but I don't care about it.
Yeah, the GP is kind of whatever.
I mean, it's an end of month legend. It's like, I mean, like it fits the bill for end of month legend. But this character in concept is really interesting. The whole idea of like, if you have a Wano slot and you tap, you remove threshold. If you have barrier, if your character has barrier pen and they hit it perfect, remove damage. Like it has this really cool like mechanic surrounding it, but it feels wonky. Like I was using it as a friend captain in PKA, and it just didn't feel like it felt really wonky to use as a legend.
I feel like, well, I've done like a showcase with him before, and I found him to be really good so long as you're up against content that has like lots of defensive effects.
Sure.
Because if the enemy doesn't have a lot of defensive effects, then the special ability doesn't generate those Wano slots for you, which is like one of the best components of this character in general. But I will say that one amazing thing about this character is that I'm really glad that he has like an orb changing mechanic, because that allows you to put the Mr. 4 support, which is a support rare recruit, or Mr. 5, sorry. It came out a really long time ago. And basically, it came out for Ace Akainu, so it was supposed to you put it on Ace.
Yep.
And now we have another strength shooter that does an orb change special. So like that support locks your slots for one turn and gives your strength and shooter characters a 1.75 attack boost for one turn.
Oh my god, yeah.
That support on this character is so good, because the whole batch that came out with this, there's no attack booster for the crew.
No, there's not.
Like, you're supposed to use Maha as like the attack booster.
Yeah.
But that support is godly, and it doesn't only lock strength and shooter slots. It locks all character slots. So, it's very good.
No, I agree. I agree. I mean, like I always like the chain multiplier growth rate based on normal attacks. That's always a good good little like chunks. You get 0.6 for every perfect, which is nice.
Another thing as well is that it actually synergizes really well with Beckman and Lucky Roo, because
that's true.
Becky Roo do a chain boundary and an orb boost for multiple turns.
I hate
so then like
Becky Roo, come on.
Becky Roo.
Don't dare call it Becky Roo ever again in my vicinity. Sorry, continue.
The comparisons will be drawn between these two, considering how close their captain abilities kind of are to each other.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, look, their superclass is actually really good. Like, if we're going to keep it a stack, like 6 turns of defense up and 25% resistance is actually incredible.
Very good.
Too bad it's a shooter. I don't think shooters is that good, unless I'm mistaken. I just don't think shooters are that good.
I actually kind of dig shooters, to be honest. I think they've got some really nice stuff. Well, especially because of the quick Legend Uta. Like, that's a nice addition to shooters too.
I see.
So if you need to get around special reversal paralysis, you got that, you know.
Yep.
And then again, to activate Uta's super class, I think it's still super class cerebral, which is kind of shit. So it doesn't really help.
Yep.
You need like Beckman or Lucky Roo or whatever to activate it. So there's some synergy there.
There's some synergy there, absolutely.
Yeah. So the unit by itself is like pretty average, but it's about the other characters that surround it that make Izo a lot better. Yeah,
absolutely. Also, something that is really interesting is the barrier pen for this unit.
It's so bad.
So in order to actually do barrier pen, it has to be above 80% or below 20%. Like, which doesn't make any sense, because like barrier pen in itself works fine. Like it's not like, naturally speaking, like obviously you just want to be always able to do barrier pen, but like having to be above 80 or below 20, and I get like, because the Okiku unit from the batch reduces your HP, so then you technically will always be in barrier pen, but like for the most part you want to have barrier pen for like stages like 3 and 4 or whatever.
Exactly.
To get through like the earlier bits of content. Like I don't know.
The fact that every other legend with barrier pen that comes out always bypasses it when they're at level 5. So it's so weird shitty that they did this. Yeah. And it's even the same for the rare recruits. They've all got the same barrier pen.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
It's a very frustrating. I mean, the final taps, whatever. I don't care about the final.
Yeah,
tap.
I like the damage increasing effect of the final tap. It's the same as Uta and New Year's Robin. It's very good.
Just boost the chain multiplier further.
Yeah, so just multiply the chain by 2.25. Yeah, the threshold and rainbow shield removal. Bitch, this is the final tap.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So the rest of your crew still has to deal with that. Like, what the fuck?
So how do they anticipate it to like work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's
So
their what's the
the rest of your
methodology?
crew has to hit against the enemy while they've got a rainbow and or threshold up,
So they just
and
do
then
no
the final
damage.
tap removes it.
So
Yeah,
like, what? This unit's gonna do like 1 billion damage? Like, that's just not gonna happen, you know?
it's
So
so
like,
stupid.
I don't get it.
And you have to be on the final stage and have 10% or less health to activate it.
Yeah, hell nah. This is
Oh, it's gonna be good. They're gonna make a boss that
yeah,
after
yes,
you
the
remove
new
the
Kizuna
threshold and
Super Boss Kizuna is
threshold.
gonna have 35 turns of threshold. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Now we're cooking. Who let him cook? There's nothing else. I mean, the support's good. The Rumble Kit is schmeep schmop. Like, it's whatever.
Like the thing about it is like the Rumble kit is kind of whatever. The issue is just like the shooter class in general is really bad in Rumble, especially
Yeah.
with all the free spirit buffs that we're receiving recently. They can't compete.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
shooters
agree.
need a really broken PvP unit.
They just need, like, I think, like, there needs to just be more PvP rare recruits that are just, like, more interesting.
Ones that are actually good, to be
That's
honest.
what I mean. Like, they've been releasing a lot of them, like,
Yeah.
and they're just not that good in their own right, you know? So you're just like, okay, I'll just ignore this. And then releasing PvP Legends doesn't help because it just, like,
Dude, I don't know
cost
what
them
they
that.
do with PvP Legends, because like I swear all of them are bad, just about. Like
All
there's
of them
hardly
have been
any PvP
outscaled
Legends
now.
that are actually good. Like Apu, I know people are using that on int teams to take on side teams.
Well, who's
like,
running? I'm not running it, brother. If I'm just gonna ignore a side team. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's true. Yeah.
Or like if it's a 6-man side team, free spirit's it's a free win. You
Like
know,
what are the other ones? Like Orochi sees some niche usages on a quick driven team.
quick driven, he does see usage. Enel, Enel's old as hell now. Garp can put Garp in the fucking bin for all I care.
Yeah, Garp might see some
bro, what
fighters.
about our favorite legend, Page 1?
Oh my god.
You guys forgot Page 1 was a
He's
legend?
so fucking garbage,
Nice.
dude.
Dude, Legend Page 1, come on guys. What are we doing here?
Bad.
That's fucking...
What I will say though about this Ezo batch is that the rare recruits are fucking insane.
Yeah, the Kiku and the Marco together is
so good.
Fucking cooked.
They're
Usopp was such a
amazing.
weird addition. Like, I
Yeah.
get it. But like, I hate how they do this like weird like shmeep shmop. Like, okay, Usopp Sai. No, don't do that. Like, just make him strength. Like, I'm
Yeah.
fine with him just being strength. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Unless if it's supposed to coincide with Gear 5.
I suppose so. I
'Cause it's
suppose
like free
so.
spirit.
But like,
Another
I
thing
don't
as well
know.
is that
I don't like it.
Usopp is very good on the versus int fight for this upcoming Kizuna.
Okay, hold on.
Guaranteed
you got-
delay conditional removes the despair. You know feel.
you got a one verse all there.
Not right now.
Okay, I'll talk to you when we find the one verse all. That's all I care about. Peanut Gallery boys, what do you guys think? Any lingering thoughts on Ezo?
Must pull.
Hey, what?
Must pull, he says.
Put that up in lights. Quote it. Animate it. Clip it. Flame says a must pull. Let me go back and do
Holy.
some multis on part 2. Oh wait, how's your refund, Todd?
Oh yeah, part 2. Yeah, the nice clean 20 gems and 4 legend.
4
tickets.
legend tickets. Yeah.
Random legend tickets, by the way.
So
Let's
for
go.
those that
Do
aren't
they include Ezo or
Nope.
no.
So garbage.
No. Yeah, for those that weren't initiated, there was technically speaking, there was false advertisement which occurred. Essentially, the part 2 banner was displaying the graphic for the part 2 banner of the waifu batch. And Bandai's remedy for this was 20 gems initially, which was like, cool, we made a mistake, we're gonna fix it, which was awesome. And then everyone kind of anticipated a refund, which you would assume would occur because it's happened in the past, but instead we got 4 regular ass Sugo Fest exclusive tickets.
Oh
that
well, it was
included-
depending on how many pulls you did.
Sorry,
That's how many
it
wins you
depending on
got.
how many pulls you did. So I think Todd and I both did 4, I would assume.
Yeah.
And we got 4 tickets each, and they were literally every legend in the game was available. Every like regular legend in the game was available.
Like,
Aside
you would
from
think that
Ezo.
they would include the pool of either the batch that it was supposed to be,
Yes.
or
No.
the batch that they advertised. But
Absolutely not.
no.
No, there's every legend available. Here you go. Shut up. Don't stop talking. Okay, sorry, boss. Okay, that was it.
Yeah. Good job.
Good job, Bandai. add that to the One Piece Era Cruise document, which
Oh
is.
yeah, it's on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Amen.
I'm
All
keeping tabs.
Out of 10, what's the vibe? What's the vibe for Izo?
8.43.
Okay. What are the rest of you?
Skip
What are you guys
that.
thinking?
Skip out of 10.
Skip out of 10. Night.
That's a good way to put it.
7.452.
Why are we going to 3 decimals now? That's so many, just too many decimals. I think it's like I think it's like a 7.5 myself. I think I agree with you, Todd. Like, if there's a lot of defense, this character is going to shine. But
Yeah, a lot of the time it's pretty average though.
yes, I agree. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. PKA Maha. So this is our 3rd PKA that's come out.
Yes, and they
Just for,
did
like-
some slight changes to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they did some changes. So they added more collar trouble missions. Dub.
Fair enough.
The buddy level has increased.
What was
which-
the cap on it now?
I think it's 100. That's my guess.
So they went from 50 to 100.
Or 50 to 75. I haven't seen anyone hit the cap. I haven't seen anyone on Twitter hit
Right.
the cap yet. So
Does that mean that like the percentage increase of all the
yeah,
stats
I think-
goes
I
up
think-
too?
yeah, I think it might go to like I think it might be 75, and it might go to a max of like 150%.
Yeah, because max before was 75, right?
Yeah, so I think it might go to a
Yeah.
max of 150, which is cool. But
That's kinda crack.
I've thoughts on that.
Okay.
The boss level. So once you hit level 150, a few things happen. You can now reverse the boss at 90, 20, and 150. So you can like go back and verse it at lower levels for an easier fight if you want to
That's good.
continue versing the final boss.
That's
And
a good change.
the map is more likely to drop Elders, Himes, and Cola at 150.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that for sure.
Yeah.
My numbers, like if you like compare to like the number of runs from the past to now, I've definitely had more Cola and adventure tickets on average. However, still after fucking 300 runs of PKA, have not had one single Super Cola appear at all. So I don't know why they're hiding that so
Considering
much. But
all the ships that they give us that have mods now, and
they're giving us like 4 ships like every like month or 2, which is just like
Yeah.
how are you going to keep up, you know?
it's bad.
But what do you how do you feel about PKA now? Now with the new additions, the new the new updates, like what were your thoughts on it now?
I will say that this PKA was like definitely a lot like it felt a lot easier than the last one, which is good. And I also agree that like the grinding up to 150 was like kind of average in terms of drops, but then once you reach 150, like treasure chests, I feel like every second chest I land on, like I can get like an elder turtle out of it or something, which is
You
good.
get some good stuff, absolutely.
And then like when you beat the mid-map bosses, they give you better rewards after clearing them too, I've noticed.
Mhm.
So like if you clear like Roger or Rayleigh, like there was one time I got like 5 Hime turtles for beating
Yeah.
one of them. Like it was like, holy shit, that's actually pretty good. So if that is the route they're going to go down, then I think that is a lot better. But at the same time, I think a large majority of the community is not even going to go to 150 anyway.
Yeah, it
Um,
seems that way. Like it seems like because right now there's really nothing to be spending your adventure tickets on. I think obviously like
Yeah.
you can go and buy the Psy straw hats, which again isn't fair because a new player is able to get them all at level limit break 5, but veteran players have to stock up adventure ticket currency to then go
Right.
back and purchase them because there's no way to farm. So at least like there's like 5 of them you can't farm or whatever it is.
mhm.
Which is kind of like a bit of a backwards mentality in my opinion, but I mean, it is what it is. I
Yeah.
just think like the super cola is a problem. It's gonna it's gonna be, and obviously like as time goes by, people are gonna end up having excessive amounts of super cola, which is fine, but you can't be releasing like 3 or 4 ships per batch, but only giving us enough to do 1 ship per month. It's a
Yeah,
bit
you
of
can
a
only
weird
do
decision.
1 ship every 2 months.
Every 2 months, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's a bit of a weird predicament to kind
One
of
thing
to be
that,
in.
that I've found about it that's like I think it's like not terrible is typically the way that I'm going to be upgrading ships is for Grand Voyage.
Absolutely.
And considering Grand Voyage only comes out every 2 to 3 months now, like
Mhm.
it actually gives you a lot of time to like, okay, a new Grand Voyage comes out, max a new ship, use it to clear the content, and then I can wait 2 to 3 months, and I'll have enough to do another ship once the next Grand Voyage comes out.
Yeah.
So in that sense, that's actually well timed, but still, I don't see the point of them releasing all of these ship mods, yet no one can even max them out. And even like a mid-level player that has enough to get a ship done, the amount of core that requires to then get the mods on it, like no one's gonna be able to do it. Like it's only the high-end end game players realistically going to be able to abuse these maxed out ships.
Absolutely. Like,
but I will say that these ships are cracked.
Yeah, every ship is really good. I guess like now a lot of people put in like this difficult position of like too good to choose type thing.
Yeah,
it's like
true.
what do you level up? Like I haven't leveled up anything yet. I've abstained completely just because like obviously I don't really care a lot about Grand Voyage, so like, that kind of like goes into an aside. But it's more like I don't know what I wanted because I know like for a fact as soon as I level up one ship, another ship's going to come out that's probably going to be potentially better per se. So like I've kind of like abstained from leveling anything up for the time being, just to kind of be prepared. Like obviously I want ships like Zunisha. I know for a fact will be insane. Oro Jackson eventually will come out and will be crazy. Like even things like later down, like the Shark Superb, the Whale Shark, like those are gonna be crazy as hell. Liberal Hind did come out recently, and that ship is really, really good. Like, that would be one of the first ones, especially with Gear 5. I mean, obviously, like, we'll get to Gear 5 a little, like, after this, and we'll chat about the potential 6+. But, like, if the 6+ of Gear 5, they go with their word, and it does stay the color and class, like, Liberal Hind is going to have exceeding amounts of value for the long run. So, because Free Spirit seems like a very consistent release for Bandai, I think Liberal Hind's gonna show its merit, you know, for a long period of time. But in terms of Cola, like right now, I've done 79 runs and I've gotten 2,392 Cola from the map alone. So like, in comparison to my Rayleigh, where on Rayleigh I got after 113 runs, I got 2.2 thousand. So a lot more map drops, but I pick Cola over totals. Myself, I don't really go for the Cola is number one priority at every selection. Then it's like, so it's adventure tickets, Cola, then it's everything, you know, preceding that. But it seems like the drops really do show. Like the map drops have definitely improved, which is a positive. It's but like my comment on the buddy level increase, I think it's a cop out because now the statues have value for a longer period of time, if that makes sense. Whereas before you'd max at the buddy level, but you'd still get statues, and you're like, why the hell am I getting statues still after I maxed it out? But now it takes longer to max out. You getting a statue is like, well, technically speaking, I can still use this, you know, to progress. So I think it's a bit of a cop out. I don't know. I don't like it. I think after like level 150, the statue should stop dropping or something like that. I don't know. Like,
yeah, because like if you're beating 150 comfortably, you don't need the extra stats.
Yeah,
it's not like you need to level up the buddy level to make the Straw Hat like item things leveled up. You know, like the meat or the tangerines. Like, you don't need to level those up. Like, I don't know. It just feels kind of weird. Like getting later, like deeper into the event. Yeah, like when you're grinding for that 150. You want to have the highest stats. Yeah, 100%. And I get why it's there, because people that don't have like the new best units, giving them additional stats is very useful. But man, it's annoying.
No, I agree, and I think that like that would be the next. I think like they've done a good, like, and then it's a positive change, right? Higher buddy level means more stats, means more, and the stats do roll over into Pyre Rumble as well. The Pyre Rumble quests,
right?
So like, you get more damage at Pyre Rumble, which means you're gonna have a better time beating like the harder variation, which is great, more rewards. But I just think it's a bit of a cop out, because I think the previous system works great. You'd pretty consistently get your buddy level max at level 50 by the time you reach like level 150, or like at least like roughly thereabouts. So like I think that the old system worked fine. Max at 150, max at level 50, but then they should have just removed the statue when you had maxed it out. It would have been a very simple fix in the code. But I mean, hey, fucking this game seems like it's, you know, it's erroring 24/7 anyway, so I don't know about simple fixes here. PK good. I think it's fine now. I think it's got into it's in a rhythm now where it's like it exists. You want to farm it. If you don't. You know, yeah, as long as you like, I think it's like as long as you get to like level 90, that kind of gives you all the copies and drops and stuff that you require for the unit. Then after that, it's like on you if you want to get the rewards or not. So like, I think it's a fine game mode. It's not good. It's fine. Cool. Gear 5 released. So did Momo. I forgot about Momo. Then Flame reminded me this morning as Momo came out. I was like, huh? You said what now? But we had Momo's release and Gear 5's release. We chatted about Gear 5 a little bit, but what do you guys think about? We'll talk Momo first, but like overall, like how have you guys felt about the units, the celebration, everything of the sort for right now?
Yeah, Gear 5, man. He's not perfect.
Absolutely
but
not.
Man, is he good.
I think he's growing on me more and more as time
sure.
goes on. I think like I'm understanding more and more of like how valuable he will become. But yeah, I agree. Like there's definitely some inherent flaws with the unit as a whole. But Momo though, wow.
Momo is indeed pretty decent.
What a bloody unit this guy is. I guess.
Yeah, man, forgettable, right?
Hey, man, it's not regular. I think I remember the regular legends, brother. Hell no. But I mean, without further ado, Momonsuke, Psy Free Spirit Slasher. He has Super Tandem. But his captain ability boosts Free Spirit and Slasher by 5.25, HP by 1.35, reduces crew's special charge by 2 turns at the start of the quest, and launches this character's special at the start of the quest. Tapping with a 1 slot on this character will extend the duration of attack boost by 1 turn. If crew is inflicted with bind from enemy or crew, removes bind and extends the duration of attack boost by 1 turn. Boost Pirate XP by 2.25. The special on a 13-turn cooldown reduces one enemy's HP by 10%, deals 300x side damage at the end of the turn for 10 turns, reduces crew's attack down by 7 turns, reduces damage reduction by 7 turns, boosts Slash and Free Spirit attack by 2.5x for 4 turns, changes own slot to Wano, and locks... I think he locks his slot to Wano. So locks his slot as well for a turn. He's super type, which attaches to all the scabbards, and Luffy and Yamato. Changes block and type slots to Wano, extends attack up duration by 2 turns, and goes to Super Sai. He's tandem when you have any 2 of the following, so the same as Super Type. Applies an attack boost of 2.25x to Slasher and Free Spirit, and makes type slots matching for a turn.
His support's very good.
His support attaches to Luffy and Yamato once per quest if the character uses a special to boost attack, changes his own slot to matching, and heals 3% crew's max HP at the end of the turn for a turn. And his Rumble Kit, he doesn't have GP, but his Rumble Kit is target 33 CT special, targets team for guard percent up level 5, defense at level 5, targets self for 3 attack X3 counter stance for 30 seconds. If Oden or Toki is on the team, targets 3 side teammates for shield level 2. His Rumble ability, side teammates HP at level 5, attack at level 5, recovery at level 5. If Oden or Toki is on the team, side teammates special CT at level 3. He's a very strong regular batch legend.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when Alba came out.
Yes, he has similar, absolutely.
Yeah. He's
Slasher Free Spirit, very good. 2 turns of cooldown, launches his own special, extends attack up boosts. He has the bind thing, which is really cool. I think like you were mentioning, it's very similar to versus Blackbeard, has something similar. And he's an EXP boosting captain, which is cracked.
Yeah,
absolutely cracked.
Like this is actually a better unit to get as a new player compared to Gear 5 Luffy. As crazy as that sounds,
it's nuts. But this unit's going to carry your account for a
V1
long time.
Kaido that is an EXP captain and ignores bind. Seems pretty good to me.
And then he does the basic. He moves 7 turns of attack down, and it
Yep.
removes 7 turns of damage reduction, and it gives
Yep.
you an attack boost, and he gives himself a Wano slot. Like, he really does the lot.
And his super type gives you a full board of Wano.
Through block.
Yep.
Like, he's a very... It makes sense, because he actually is very beginner friendly.
Yeah.
I think, like, what was it? The previous episode night, you were talking about Gear 5 and how, like, you would have hoped that he would have done, like, basic things like removing paralysis and despair and you know, that kind of stuff. Because, like, when a beginner starts playing, naturally speaking, you want, you know, units that remove it to get you through content a lot faster. And I think that Momo kind of does that. He removes 2 pretty common debuffs in his special, and 7 turns of each of them is also, like, a lot. And then he also completely negates bind as well, which is just fantastic. You know, so, like, the unit's really good. Like, he's really... And what are your thoughts on the Super Tandem, though? Do you think it sees play at all, or what are you vibing?
I mean, in generic content, probably. But the weird thing about it is that he himself does not have a way to generate a tandem slot, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, great point, actually.
His super type does not change tandem slots. It does only change block and type. So if you generate a tandem slot, his super type won't remove it or anything, which I guess is positive. But
yeah,
I mean, in normal content, yeah. But if you're doing like a super boss, for example, there are a lot better super tandems you would abuse.
Nami still exists. Nami's still like the
and
best
Mizoro.
legend. And Zoro now pulls up and says hello, like, you know.
Yeah, either one of those two.
Exactly. I mean, like, it's a very straightforward character, which I think is very positive.
Wait, and also, didn't Odin Toki, do they have a super tandem?
They do have a super tandem.
So that already conflicts. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, they do have a super tandem. That's right. You are right.
That is weird.
I don't know. I hate when they do that. I hate that. I hate how they just keep shoving super tandem down everyone's throat. Like, all right, we get it. Like, you know, you made super tandem. Wow.
But you could do a really cool like slasher team. You could have like this guy and like K-Dad final tab. Like, you do some cool stuff with it.
You could really, like, you can do a lot of cool shit with this. You know, I think that there's a lot of room there. His Rumble is actually really good. I'm a big fan of his Rumble kit.
I'm not a fan of it. Like,
did you try it in like a slasher team, or did you try it in a side team, or what was the?
I haven't tried it in a slasher team. That's an interesting call. I have not done that.
I think like I think the side team, you would assume it makes sense to do that, but maybe not. But I think in a slasher team, because you could potentially run like him, Roger and Odin or something like that, or Odin Toki, or I don't know, something like along those lines. You probably could, because the slasher team does have a lot of side units. I think like him and V2 Odin are a very good pairing in Rumble.
Yeah,
like it kind of suffices a lot. I think that there is room there, but I guess like maybe you could try him in a free spirit team as well. Like, I don't know if that how well that would work, but
because I just initially tried him in Psy free spirit.
A side team, okay, yeah.
And like I found him like he was okay, but I just didn't like the fact that he didn't do any damage, and it's like a whole legend taking up a defensive spot, which it felt kind of wonky. Because then like my only damage dealers were, you know, Gear 5 Yamato and Odin, or if I wanted Wano Lore, then I have 5 legends and no Rumble units. Or
I guess like he has the counter, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And he kind of he doesn't have himself.
He doesn't have provoke though.
Oh, that's a great. I didn't think of that. That's actually a really, really, really good point. Not having provoke kind of makes the counter
a lot less useful. Yeah.
Not that good. You know, so like
the good thing about his special is that the guard and defense up is permanent.
Whoa.
It lasts forever.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's that's broken. What the hell?
Yeah. So if you just keep launching your special over and over again, he keeps increasing your team's guard and defense.
That's really, really good then.
Mm-hmm.
He does heal in his behavior. That's cool. Medium range, small range.
He resists action bind, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's not much really to say. Like,
yeah, he's a solid option.
He's a very straightforward. I love him. I think this is they've done a really good job. Like, this is a really, really good legend. Like, a very just solid, good character that will see play because he just has a lot of value intrinsically.
This is a character that we'll see play for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Flame Knight. What are you guys thinking? Where's the vibe at?
I think he's a really solid, cool legend, like you guys said. I would have loved to use him like
Oh
back
yeah.
like when I played for like normal content
Mm-hmm.
pre booster meta.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 40 cost unit hashtag rise up buggy.
That's true. Yeah.
Even
It's a
though
great point. Yeah, good
I think
point.
Oh,
buggy teams are like dead though, right? Nobody does that no more. I'm pretty
not
sure.
really.
You don't really need it. Like
Yeah.
you just do you can just auto
Buggy
like
is
your
used for
dailies and stuff.
for like the first Kizuna like token fight. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why they made him 40 cost. That's interesting.
That is weird.
Um,
I
but yeah, I
actually
mean,
didn't know. I didn't even realize until you just pointed it out. That's
oh,
that's wild. I don't, that's very
yeah.
weird.
But yeah, like having a unit where you basically have like an infinite boost is pretty
Yep.
crazy. Like
Yep.
it kind of sucks, I guess, because a lot of the content nowadays is like a lot more shorter.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably won't be able to take advantage of that, like how you used to be able to. But yeah, I mean, if you pull him, good for you. I probably wouldn't go for him specifically, but definitely a nice
He's
pickup.
he's goaded in PK. Like I've been
Mhm.
I auto like the 2 mini bosses and
Oh
just
yeah.
like I didn't because I was using Tandem Whitebeard because like it was just a good choice. Then I remember that Momo obviously does end of turn damage that gets through like extra damage you need and blah 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 blah. Plus XP boosting. Plus there's a consistent attack boost. Like
Plus L plus
Yep.
ratio.
yeah, plus L plus ratio plus fell off plus give up plus nice try kiddo. Like yeah, I realized that he's gonna be super good for just autoing like PK or like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's good.
Knight, what are you thinking, bud?
The only thing that I really thought of that you guys didn't bring up yet was that it's kind of weird to me that the super tandem like makes like all the color orbs beneficial, but
Yeah.
with the super type you can just change them to Wano. So it's
That's
like,
a
what's the
great
point?
point.
It's very
Is
true.
this one
It's
is this
like,
one restricted to only the final stage?
No.
Because
It doesn't say, and
if it's not, then I can understand now more so why
yeah,
the colored slot thing is. But no, that's a great point. Like you just make your slots Wano and bloody call it a day, So like it's very true. Very, very true. All right, out of 10. Out of 10, lads, what are we thinking?
9.
9.
Yeah, I agree.
912.
9.2. Damn. I think a 9 as well. Good legend. Good legend. All right. No, enough's been said. Gear 5. Let's have an actual conversation. Let's chat. Let's chat this weird Donny. Let's just,
Monkey D.
Monkey D on these nuts, you know what I'm saying? All right. Gear 5 is a Psy Free Spirit fighter. Has Rush. Ooh. So Gear 5 has 2 captain forms, a base and a Gear 5 form. So the base captain is when HP reaches 0, recovers from game over 1 time and becomes Gear 5, boosts Psy and Free Spirit HP by 1.2x, attack by 5.5x, 4.5 otherwise, reduces damage taken by 20%, boosts chance of landing on Psy and recovery orbs and makes them matching, allows perfects to obtain recovery slots, and reduces crew's rewind and bind by 10 turns. His Gear 5 captain ability allows crew's normal attacks to ignore enemy defensive effects but negates crew's own. Okay. I don't know why I kept reading that like there was more to it. I was
The
like, all right, here
wording
we
is
go.
weird to it. It's very weird wording.
Boost Psy and Free Spirit HP by 1.2, attack by 6x, 5x otherwise, but cuts crew's HP by 10% at the end of the turn, boosts the chance of landing on Psy and recovery slots and makes them matching, allows perfects to obtain recovery slots, and rewinds crew's, reduces crew's rewind and bind by 10 turns. He's special, deals 2 million damage to one enemy, ignoring defensive effects and NAO. Boosts the type effect of Free Spirit / Psy characters by 3x. 2.75. Psy Free Spirit characters by 3x. 2.75 to Psy or Free Spirit characters otherwise. And changes crew slots, including block to Psy. If the character is Gear 5 when the special is launched, boosts the orb effect of Psy Free Spirit characters by 3.25x, 2.75 to Psy or Free Spirit otherwise, and removes all enemies' beneficial effects by 1 turn. He has EX Super. When 3 of the following are in the crew, Straw Hats, Yamato, Law, Kid, and or Momo, changes attack multiplier of Psy and recovery slots to 3x as matching for a turn, changes this character to Gear 5, and changes Psy to Super Psy and Free Spirit to Super Free Spirit. He also has Rush. So when the unit is on the final battle and is Gear 5 and is the 6th tap, cumulatively boost the chain and boost the attack of the finished tap of the character up to 0.6 chain multiplier, and you get a rush attack boost of 2.6x. There's obviously a lot more to that, but whatever. His support is Pooh. Actually, it's pretty good. Adds 15% base stats, which is kind of neat. His Rumble targets 34 CT, targets enemies within a large horizontal range for 4.5k fixed damage, targets side teammates for attack at level 5 30 seconds, targets one enemy with high current HP ignoring defense for 1.5x attack damage. Level 5 Rumble ability, side teammates get attack, defense, speed, crit at level 5 and revives himself one time 50%. His GP, side teammates attack, HP, level 6, special CT, speed at level 2, strength and dex teammates get HP, speed up level 5, defense up level 2. His GP special is after dealing 60k damage and has 2 uses. Targets all enemies ignoring defense for attack 2.4x damage. Targets strength, dex, and side teammates for attack speed at level 8 for 30 seconds, and targets team for half stats reduction for 30 seconds. This is a lot to digest here. So obviously we have the revive mechanic, but the first thing with the revive mechanic is that it does not function the same way that the Brook revive does, where when you revive with Brook, it removes all the buffs and debuffs. However, when you revive with Luffy, I believe everything stays the same, just minus is like 1 turn. So,
I think it does all stay the same.
That's the first thing. Very simple captain ability. I think we kind of discussed this in the last episode. He's special. How do we vibe with the special?
I mean, like the special's fine, but you have to be in Gear 5 to get the most out of it, which is the crux of the problem.
Yeah.
So, and especially if you use him as a crewmate for some weird reason, you never get access to the Gear 5 status because you can't transform him into Gear 5 as a crewmate. So that's a bit of an issue.
Yep.
That's why I have a bit of a theory that I'm thinking with his 6+ he's going to be permanent Gear 5.
Or do you think they're gonna like have his EX work as a crew member?
That could also work too.
Yeah, because I think it's the EX is what gets me. The EX special is what really annoys me about this unit. The EX special itself is fantastic, but the fact that so much of the unit is gated behind being in the Gear 5 form, the fact that if you run him as a crewmate, he's basically a conditional booster that does damage. I mean, he does change block slots, you know. So like he's a not conditional. He's a color affinity booster that changes orbs, which is cool. It's a nice addition, but the fact that you have to have him as captain, you have to be in Gear 5 form to get the absolute most benefit out of this unit is a bit, I think, is what we were kind of describing as wonky a little earlier on in the episode.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes him a bit wonky, because otherwise, like, the numbers don't lie. Like, I think Stump, like, made a couple shorts on the unit, and I think he, like, casually did 400 billion damage.
Casually?
To, like, you know, like, nonchalantly did 400 billion damage. Obviously, that requires you to have, like, level 5 rush, which is, I guess, not casually, I suppose, but, like, I guess, I mean, speaking on rush, we had the caveat, it is Gear 5 and 6 tap. So it's basically a glorified
final tap
with extra steps.
I don't know what they were thinking with this condition.
I'm so annoyed. Annoyed.
Like, they can make it better.
Absolutely.
Which is the thing. And honestly, the fact that, like, the condition is one thing that needs to be fixed for sure. That's a bad condition.
Yeah.
But then you got the actual effect of the rush itself, where it only boosts his own attack rather than the whole crew's.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if it did boost the whole cruise, it would be a little too good in my opinion.
2.6x is nuts.
Like if it did boost the whole crew, then like, well, even if it did boost the whole crew, it wouldn't matter because he's the last character to attack,
Absolutely,
so it
correct.
literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I would be fine with it if it boosted himself, if he had some type of way to make his attack super effective. Then I would be all on board.
Yeah, dude, that would be
Maybe that's going to be part of
crazy.
his
maybe, yeah. Like, I guess like the thing that annoys me is that I actually think like if it was Gear 5 or 6 tap, I think he would be great.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because like then you can use it in two situations. You can use him as a final tap and get he adds a lot to the chain and he does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. Like that multiply we talked about last episode, is massive. I think Game Week did like a breakdown and you can get up to like a 30 something chain with him at the very end. I think maybe if I read the chart correctly or whatever. So like he does a lot as a final tap, but it's the caveat of you have to use him as the last tap. It's like, or I could just use Sanji's rush and give my whole crew an attack boost and probably do more damage across the crew as opposed to one like solo unit, you know? So there's like,
and that's the thing as well, is that if you're using Gear 5's Rush Sugo special, you can't use a final tap. So you lose out on that damage as well.
Ah, good point. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good point too. So like you lose out on a lot then in reality. I think I think like again, Knight brought it up last episode, but like the unit's basic enough where like a new player can come in and just like have this unit and get through like content pretty successfully.
Mm-hmm.
I hope, like, I don't know if we want to do like a full-on prediction thing or we just want to keep going on now, but like what, I suppose like we'll just tack it on to this conversation. What do you guys think the 6+ gonna be? Because we have it confirmed. The skulls are related to a 6+. That is supposedly, so we have another Super Sugo Fest coming out at the end of August is what's been, towards the end of August is what's been told. We have a 6+ coming in September as well, if I remember correctly, is what the time frame was. But what do you guys think they need to do for the 6+ of Luffy?
Oh, cooldown is a big problem.
Yep.
I like, even if it's like give himself like -2, -3, -4, something like that.
Yeah,
that would be like perfect enough because there's plenty of characters that have like perfectly fine cooldowns, but at Limit Break 16 turns, Limit Break Expansion 15 turns.
Yeah,
for what his special does, 15 turns seems a bit high.
Too much. It's way too much.
And I do feel like the multipliers, like, yeah, he does give like 3.25 orb boost and then like 3 times affinity to Psy free spirit units. But even like that, I feel like that might be a little low on the lower end of the spectrum. I feel like these numbers might increase, or I feel like the boosts themselves will change.
Yep.
Like maybe he won't be affinity anymore. Maybe he starts off as an orb booster, and then the other boost is, I don't know, maybe it could be like a new type of buff or an attack boost or something. I don't know. We'll have to wait. Because
what did they do with not Yamato? With Uta. Uta kind of just had the same. Like similar structure, more or less, just changed
different
like different classes and stuff, which we know. I think we know for a fact he's not changing class and color.
The first Evo came out and it became an orb and affinity booster, whereas before it was attack and an orb boost.
Yeah, that's right.
So the attack became affinity.
I think I do actually agree with you. I think the numbers are a bit low for Gear 5. Because, like, I get the whole point of, like, you're probably going to be using a Psy Free Spirit unit a lot of the time with this character. So you're going to get, like, the higher end of the buff. However, a lot of the time, you might be using one or the other. And, like, I mean, it's weird to say, but these days, like, 2.75 is low as hell. Like, you're kind of shoehorned into bringing Psy Free Spirit, which isn't that good, you know, in the long tail, I suppose.
Even with neutral damage, you can still do good damage. But even though if you're doing neutral damage, color affinity doesn't matter.
Exactly. So then you just lose out the whole point of color affinity. I get the whole reason for color affinity, but I also don't like the choice of color affinity.
Like, I don't mind if his color affinity, if he had an ability to become super effective. That's the whole thing. Like, If he had it maybe in his Gear 5 state or like during turns you launch the special, he becomes super effective when he's in the captain spot or
I
something.
think it should have been added to his EX Super.
Even that, yeah, I'd be down for
Like,
that.
you know, like
one
pop
turn.
because the thing is, like, they're not I mean, Zoro recently has gotten the ability to be Rainbow when you obviously get him to his final state, which is very challenging to do. So, like,
That's true.
I wouldn't be against them being like, okay, well, you have to launch the EX Super, so you have to have three of the following, which is already like a bit of a challenge in itself. And then, like, you pop it, he becomes Gear 5, and then for that turn, his damage goes through. Or, like, why not just make his Gear 5 captain ability inherently have it in it? Because isn't that what Zoro's Enma, like, awakened Enma state does or whatever? Like, you know, so awakened state or whatever it is.
Or
so
even like even if it's like after a certain amount of taps during a Rush Sugo special, he gains.
Yeah, put it at the end of the rush. I wouldn't even mind that. I think that would also be fantastic. Like the
that would
last
give
tap
value
of the rush.
to the rush.
Absolutely. Like the last tap of the rush, you get all the damage buffs, you get the maximum out of the chain multiplier, and you hit for rainbow damage. Like, he would be insane, you know? Like, there's a lot of ways they can do it. I think that he does need that to help him. Otherwise, like, I don't think he necessarily. I think at first I said that he needed like debuff removal in his special, but I don't think he does. I think it's a benefit, but like it's not a necessity.
Or they could introduce the ability once again to change enemy type.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe make it go through immunity.
And
yeah, I like that. That's actually a really good idea.
Immunity, but he can't change super bosses still, super types,
which is fine.
But if you make it go through immunity, that's a big change.
Absolutely.
That would make Psy-Free Spirit worth running if he can change them to Int.
Exactly. Now you're talking different game. You know, like now you can benefit from the higher attack buffs. Now you can benefit from everything. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we have been told that his coloring classes won't change.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I'm fairly certain that that's what they said. That's a bit weird then. Do you think it's gonna be a straight upgrade? Like, what do you guys think? Do you think it's gonna be a straight upgrade? Do you think it's gonna be like a weird janky side grade? Do you like what's the shrew
they could literally do anything. Like, I can see it being just a direct upgrade to what we have right now, and that's likely what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I also could see it be almost a side grade where instead of being Luffy then becoming Gear 5, maybe he's just permanent Gear 5 all the time, which means that he would lose the revive mechanic, but then he would gain something else, maybe. So they could go in a couple of different ways.
Because it kind of like the unit kind of shoots himself in the foot by, I mean, obviously the unit cuts its own HP, but then also has rush. So you have this like weird like balancing act of needing to still have a ton of HP to get the most out of the rush. And then you've just posted the image there. The super evolution of the new Luffy will have the same type / class, but certain effects may change. Details will be updated in a separate notice. Flame, what do you think, bud? Now that we've seen the unit a bit more and we're not like just hazing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said in the last episode, I mean, the unit's really good. Definitely a little underwhelming based on, what we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it kind of sucks that he didn't come with like some type of new like effect or ability or something brand new.
Yeah, that's a great point actually. Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
As far as potential 6+ or like what I would like to see, definitely has to be in Gear 5 off the rip. That's like I said last time.
I think now you guys bring it up. I actually do agree with you two. Like, it would make a lot of sense for him to just be Gear 5 off rip. It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. I think it's kind of lame, to be honest, that it's not going to be like the multiple form type of super evolution like Uta and Yamato, because that was part of what made those units so valuable, that there was like multiple uses for those types of characters. And I feel like that would have really been like a big thing just to kind of play off of like how special Gear 5 is supposed to be. Giving players more types of ways to use him just instead of mono int content.
That's good. Great point. Absolutely, yeah, it's a really, really good point. I agree.
Also, I think you kind of I guess I can't think of the right word, but like you kind of played it off in a way, but like when you guys were talking about like 2.75 is not that good. I mean, honestly, I think 2.75 nowadays is like garbage.
It is.
Like,
It
like
is.
it needs to
It
be
is.
that needs to go up like ASAP. Like that's kind of sad to be
Yeah.
honest.
I think.
So I do
Yeah.
hope that
Yeah.
they bump up his numbers and whatnot. And honestly, it's Bandai. I would not be surprised if it's just like a side grade, like
Because
nothing
like,
crazy.
technically speaking, like Uta's first 6+ is a side grade. Obviously,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
the classes changed, but the color stayed the same, right?
right.
Like
Yeah.
I could see them doing like the same thing, same color, same classes, just different buffs and stuff, which is great. Like more flexibility.
Yeah,
but
I
like
think.
it's also not
Yeah, I
that
was
good of
gonna
an idea. Like I don't like that.
I was gonna say like maybe for example if it's a side grade but he's gear 5 off the rip, kind of like how Todd said you take away the revive mechanic, but he's
Yeah,
like
more
still
damage
similar,
now from
more
the
damage.
start.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's like he just has like something else, like the spoiler for the end of next episode. Maybe like that's what it is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he does like rainbow damage like you said, or like maybe
Yeah.
like some type of new like maybe ability, like the
Mm-hmm.
status debuff that what he's gonna do you could apply it to like enemies or something like that. Like that would be pretty cool.
I think like what I think would be really cool is I think Todd, you brought up in like a random stream once where you're talking like imagine if he like made like units like for the turn that he popped his special, he made units like they were considered free spirit units, or they were considered psi units for that like one turn or whatever it is. I think like that would be sick as a buff. Like a shadow like Bon Clay kind of esque thing where when you pop
whole
the special
crew.
of the unit, like for that turn, the units are considered psi free spirit, so they get the full benefit of the buffs and the orb, etc. etc. I think that would also be a really cool. There's a lot of flexibility that can play into this, like a lot of
Just
stuff they
thinking
can
as
really
well, like with how because I've been watching the episode and stuff, and like it was really
Yeah.
cool seeing what Luffy's been able to do, and it'd be cool if like he could do something like transform the enemy into like a gum status or something, where
Mhm.
like they turn into rubber, and then you can like do some crazy shit against them. I don't know what they would do, but they could be really creative with it, but it's Bandai. They're probably going to do the bare minimum.
I think like it annoyingly, like I think it does come back to like what, again, to keep reiterating what Knight said, like this is like the jump in point for a lot of new players. And I think like overcomplicating Gear 5,
True.
I guess to say the cursed words from a business perspective is kind of like it's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You know, like they want to make it as accessible as humanly possible. And the fact that this unit is like, I do damage, and if I die, I come back to life. Like, for a new player that hasn't watched like a ton of content or knows how the game works, like, that's just a dub. You know, like you can still keep trying to fight the good fight, you know?
Yeah.
So like I suppose like I think like I do suppose then like the 6+ could definitely then go into the line of being a bit more complex, because it is like a unique like variant of the unit. But I think like again, it is Bandai. Like I don't see them doing anything too extravagant in the long run, I suppose. But without further ado, out of 10, this is a tough one. Gear 5 out of 10. What are you guys thinking? Oh, my bad. We haven't even bloody chatted about his Rumble shit.
Oh no, dude!
The grand party
season. The grand party season that just came past.
Bro, he's
my
busted.
God.
This guy's fucked. Gear 5 is fucked.
They need to nerf him.
He's fucked.
For those who don't know what we mean, so it comes down to his GP burst skill.
Yeah.
So 2.4 times his attack that ignores defense to all enemies. So people are heavily investing with wanted posters on this Luffy, getting him to 150.
Yeah.
And he does like 10,000 damage guaranteed to all characters.
He like binks like guaranteed kills like 3 units.
So if you just run a health cut, like cut everyone's health by like a certain value, and then you just pop the burst, it literally will kill any team.
Yeah. It's fucked.
It is disgusting.
And it removes half reduction. Yeah, and half stat reduction. So Roger gets counted again. Like they tried it with Shanks Buggy, but Roger was still better. Now they've done this, and like at least we now have variety in terms of you can run both. Like Roger actually is still, regardless of this,
Roger's still good.
he's still amazing. Like Roger just has more consistency. I think like the only downside of Luffy is the strength dex psi, like teams that you don't have to run them, because you could still run like a slasher team or like a free spirit team. I think I ran like psi free spirit slasher.
Yeah, and Dex is still a good team.
But Dex is also still works. Oh no, so I think I ran Dex slasher style, something along those lines. So like there's still a lot of room there to kind of like play with. But like, yeah, his GP kit is not okay. Like it's very strong. And I think like I might even like invest in him. I haven't invested posters anyone, but like there seems like there's a lot of value to invest posters in this guy.
If I end up getting him to Rainbow, I'll probably get him to 150.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So that's why
it's interesting because he's going to super evolve too. So how's that going to affect his?
Do you think it's
Rumble stuff?
I mean, I suppose like if it's a straight upgrade, well then his Rumble shit it's a wrap.
Instead of 2.4, it's going to be 3 times.
Okay, relax. Okay, buddy.
3.2.
All right, 3.2. God damn.
And even in normal Rumble, he's still pretty good.
He's really good. Fixed damage in a large horizontal range, attack up for 5 seconds, and then he targets one enemy with high HP for 1.5 seconds, ignoring defense. Like, that's still big damage. Like, big damage.
Rumble ability too.
Attack, defense, speed, crit level 5, and revives. Like, what?
That's just... I hate revives in Rumble. They should not exist, honestly. It's bad. It's getting
broken.
Bad.
It's so broken. Yeah. I think we're getting to the point where you can almost run a full, like, revive team of just units that just revive back. Like, you know...
Oh, well, a lot of them are Luffy, so...
Exactly. I guess like the only, like, if I'm to be, like, nitpicky, he's completely psi-focused. Like...
True. Yep.
I think like the obviously like the unit's already really good, but I think the unit would have been even crazier if it was psi free spirits. You had the flexibility of both. But the fact that he's pure psi, like you're shoehorned into only using him on not only but like you're pretty much using him on full psi teams to get the most out of him, I suppose. That would be my only like nitpick, but otherwise like. Yeah, he's fucking cracked. he's very strong. All right, now that that's covered, out of 10, what's our final scores for Gear 5 Luffers?
Someone else
not
go
final. That's a 6+.
That's a good point.
You're gonna wait. You're gonna abstain.
I said not final because
that's a fair point.
It's hard because like. People saying, "Oh, where would you put him on the tier list?" But like, oh man, it's hard to place. I don't know. Like, I feel like he's close to top 5, but he's top 10, I would say.
Oh, he's absolutely top 10. Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
easy top 10, but I feel like I don't know if it's top 5, if it's that, because I don't know. I still think like Uta, Nami, those 2 are the top 2 for me, I think.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair.
I think Rush Sanji is... Oh, is he better than Rush Sanji? I don't know.
No, see, for me, I think top 2 for me is Nami, Rush, Sanji. That's easy top 2. I personally think Zoro's up there. I think Zoro might be
finicky, though.
Top 3, top 5 potentially. I think that this unit doesn't crack top 5. I don't know who my fifth...
Okay, well, is he better?
Is
he better than Luffy Yamato?
See, I'm weird. Personally, no.
Yeah, Luffy Yamato, as annoying as they are to use, they are very good.
I think Luffy Yamato is such an underrated legend. Genuinely, I think that they are so good, and I've been writing this for ages. With Stump, pause, but also fuck that guy.
Hey.
We've been saying for ages that Luffy Yamato is fucking incredible, and I think people natural. And I agree with you, very finicky unit to use. But if you look aside from that, like. I don't think this Gear 5 is better than that unit.
What about Gear 5 against Kaido versus Yamato? Even that's a tough one.
I think Kaido's Kaido's stocks have gone up.
Yeah, Kaido stay winning, to be honest.
Kaido's stocks have gone way up with the introduction of Alba, Jack, Queen.
Yeah, it's only made him better.
It's made him incredible. And I think Yamato, the only downside of Yamato is that her super tandem clashes with Nami's.
Yes.
So running them both can be a bit challenging.
But yeah, the damage reduction attack boost is a unique buff. It's
without exactly
irreplaceable.
So I think that would be where I'd start teetering. I'd be like, I don't know. I think I if I had to pick though, I would say I think Kaido versus Yamato is better purely for the fact of having 2 in 1.
It's a bit difficult because we haven't had an opportunity to really use Gear 5 against like Kizuna yet or anything.
Yeah.
So he's pretty fresh still, so it's hard to really say.
Yeah.
But you know, the other units have been out for quite a while now, and we've seen how good they are and where they're really able to shine.
Exactly.
And I guess Gear 5, we haven't had that opportunity yet.
I guess technically speaking, we should have a super Kizuna in September.
Right.
Which is when his 6+ will release as well. So that'll be a great like point to have to come back to that conversation and chat about like, you know, where's his value at now, you know? So
yeah, we'll see, because like the 6+ legit just might make him the best. So
I think he's better than Momo. No, do I think that actually? Hold on, wait a minute. Do I think he's better than Momo? Like, I don't know.
In terms of raw power, he definitely is.
I think 9.25.
Momo is more utility.
I think he's a 9.25 for me. I think he's a 9.25. He's still incredible, but I think we're nitpicking because it's Gear 5. We expected him to be out of the gates the best legend in the game, bar none.
Like, if this was hypothetically a Katakuri instead of Luffy.
And had all this kit, I think it would be like a 9.5. Because, like, you know, everything he does is incredible. It's just that there is this, like, unfair bias of, like, it's Gear 5. He should be...
And there's always inevitably going to be other Luffys he has to contend with.
Exactly. That's also a great point, too. 9.25 for me.
9.2.
Flame, round it out.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to give him an 8. If we're over here debating whether
cook, let him cook.
Whether he's even a top 10 character, top 15 character, that's fucking horrible, to be honest.
That's great point. That's fair. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I think Knight's the most correct. Like, it's tentative at the moment because like his 6+ has to be good.
No, I agree with that, to be honest, because I always like when I made content, I would always say like at least let some content come out to use the character that they're literally not made for.
Yeah, it's what like usually like 2 or 3 months after the unit's released is when we'll see the most value. It's the same thing with like Nami. Nami released, obviously incredible on her debut, but then a couple months afterwards, she was still fucking broken that they had to like specifically make Kizuna around her not being used or whatever, you know? So like, also, that's a sign.
It's kind of crazy that we live in a world where we're talking about Legend Nami rolls Gear 5.
Yeah, it's fun. At least that's Legend Nami's still the best legend in the game, bar none. I think she's still very clear, which is fucked to think about, right? But anyway, alas, Gear 5. I'm still gassed. I still think it's awesome that we have Gear 5 in the game. Very happy there. But from Gear 5 to the celebration, not that I want to harp on too much here, but we had the Blitz battle. Todd, thoughts on Blitz?
Yeah, the Blitz was it was really easy compared to the last few Blitzes that we've had, so thank you very much for that. We take those.
I do agree. It was pretty straightforward. Thankfully, running like Momo's captain, or not Momo's captain, but it was like Momo's friend captain, right? Was like
either or.
Like it was good because you could at least kill the first 2 stages very comfortably. Like you didn't have to really tap. Like it was less, like, you know, it was 5 stages. Well, thank God. You know, so very, very good in that kind of regard. Shout out to the B Spies, the Bandai Spies. We got that top 50 alliance spot, which is very good. Yeah, I'm very happy with the team there. We had the treasure map, which is currently ongoing. Thoughts on TM?
The treasure map is odd. They've got a lot of gimmicks in this. Like
so many gimmicks.
Like the final boss and the intrusion are like kind of alright, but the mini bosses are fucking stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like that king fight is ridiculous.
I hate that king fight should not exist.
What are they doing, man?
And I guess like obviously it's made for Izo, and like you said before, like if there's content with a lot of damage stuff, then obviously Izo shines. But like, you got to have Izo to actually shine. You know what I'm saying? So like there's that guy. And then the final big thing that we got from this from the celebrations, new banner animations.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Two
I was
new
really
banner
excited for that.
animations. Well, first and foremost, the Gear 5 animation, which is fucked. It's you know, like I still haven't seen it, but I know that you saw it the other
Twice.
Twice, which is fuck you. It doesn't matter. I've got the units regardless. I don't know why I'm complaining. Like, but like, that's a really sick animation. And then we also have the new Haki animation.
That's really cool, actually. I like that. That
And
can signify if you get something new.
exactly. So Snafking released a video, and I've been doing my own research as well. And I think we've kind of cracked the code in animations now. And the code is that no animations matter, which is the only animations that genuinely hold value is the red Haki animation for the text, because that is a guaranteed new legend for your account.
That's
so
cool.
whatever banner you're pulling on, if you get the Haki text, you will get a new legend. And it isn't confirmed yet, but my assumption is that it's based on the character log page. So if you pulled the 6-star but haven't pulled the 5-star, you might still get the red Haki animation for the 5-star. That isn't confirmed though. And then obviously we have the Gear 5 animation. Actually, there's also another one, the gold post animation too. But the Gear 5 animation, I think the guess for the time being it's the guaranteed debut Super Sugo Fest legend, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes to August. So to like end of August when the new Super Sugo Fest drops, to confirm that. But essentially that's a guaranteed legend. We have the glowing gold poster, which is a guaranteed debut. I think this is like my favorite one. I think it's a very good one to get. Guaranteed debut rare recruit, will only appear once. It's a gold poster that glows, so you know you're going to get the new character. And then the final thing here is the Onigashima Luffy cut-in on the 11th poster. Is also
so
guaranteed
new unit.
Guaranteed debut character.
Yeah.
Could be Super Sugo S, could be whatever. So...
Oh, yeah, one thing that I don't know if it was answered or not, but can you get Gear 5 animation on Part 3 only for Momo?
You can't. So
Right,
that's... That, at least I haven't seen it yet.
I have not either.
So I think that's why...
It's only for Super Sugo debut, maybe?
Yeah, that's why that's my guess, or at least that's my
Yeah.
assumption. And I think Snafking also said the same thing.
Yeah, because I mean, every time I saw someone get that animation,
Gear
it was
5.
only Gear 5
Yeah.
on Part 1.
But
So
then getting the Onigashima Luffy could be like
Any of them.
either or, you know?
Yeah.
So, but they're like the ones you look out for. Red Haki, guaranteed new legend. If you get Gear 5, you're getting the guaranteed Super Sugo Fest or the debut, one or the other. We haven't confirmed it 100%. Rare recruits, if you get the shiny gold poster, it's guaranteed new rare recruit. If you get Onigashima cut-in, it's guaranteed new debut legend. So, you know,
Cool.
I think that I'm so glad we finally have animations that that mean something. You know what I mean? Like getting the red Haki animation now is absolutely like incredible because
That's
blink
what
the
you
red
wanna
Haki.
see.
You know, you're like, oh shit, I'm getting a new character. Like especially like on a debut banner, you're getting like that, and you already have all the other legends hypothetically. Oh, okay, I'm getting something new. You know, I might be getting the new legend. I might be getting something that I don't have, etc. So like that's a dub, absolute dub.
Yeah.
Great, Gear 5 celebration, cool stuff.
moved.
And you know, we'll see how we go with Kizuna upcoming as well. But do you guys even want to chat about Pirate Rumble Kawamatsu?
He's kind of mid.
Did you say
to be
yeah,
honest.
man?
I said ew.
I thought you said yeah, man. I was like, all right, go off, King. do your thing, dude.
I mean, look, Rumble Legends, they've never really seen much use in Rumble itself, which is sad to say. And unfortunately, I do think it'll be the same thing with this character.
He's a slasher-based Rumble character. That's the first and foremost there. And if you have Odin and or the Red Scabbards, you get more benefit to your team. Which,
Yeah.
more often than not, on the slasher team, you will have Odin. To one of the Odins you'll have. So, like, you will get the benefit. Does he make the cut for the slasher team? Well, I don't think anyone fucking has the unit. So
Yeah.
like
It's hard to say.
So I couldn't confirm. So I guess like, in due time, like he might make the cut because I mean he has a lot here, but he targets slasher teammates for speed at level 6, targets 2 high attack enemies for attack at level 10. If you have Odin or the Red Scabbards on your team, targets slasher teammates for 20% CT reduction. And then his ability is slasher class teammates get attack level H and HP at level 5. If you have Odin or the Red Scabbards on the team, slasher class teammates get a further attack at level 5.
I would like to like see what a team of like this and like Kizaru and V1 Odin would be, like how fast you could get your specials. That'd be kind of interesting.
I think you would go like that would go nuts. You know,
Yeah, that would be kind of nuts. That
would be really sick.
Like
I think
launch Roger Whitebeard in the first 20 seconds or
literally,
something.
it's a wrap. I think like there is value because I think the slasher team in Rumble is really really good. And the fact that he's synergized with Odin, and you're going to be bringing Odin or K-Dad. K-Dad also has a spot in the slash team as well. So you can bring either or. And so I think that there is value there. I think the thing that annoys me the most about Rumble Legends is that why would you not make them have really good GPs?
Yeah, that also makes zero fucking sense.
You know, like you would assume that a Rumble Legend would have a really good Rumble-related Grand Party ability.
You would
but
assume.
They don't. So I don't understand. Me no comprehende. You know what I'm saying? No hablo inglés. Yeah, cool. That's a short segment in the podcast, like a minute 20.
No one really came here for Kawamatsu. Let's be real.
Let's be honest here.
I did.
I came for Reiju.
Oh, hey, yo.
Okay.
Kizuna Legend is sticky. Poison gooey. Bro, she can suck the poison juices out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are toxic.
That's what I'm saying. I'm toxic.
Out of pocket.
She can suck the negative Twitter presence out of me any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? But we do have a new Legend Reiju. What? Which is coinciding with the release of 6+ Sanji and Judge. Okay, cool. I didn't expect this. This is completely left field, to say the least.
Yep.
Super Tandem as well. Hey, guess what? Another Super Tandem. Wow, nice. All right. I mean, without further ado,
very similar Super Tandem to Super Tandem Sengoku, in a way.
Yeah, great point. Actually.
But yeah,
Reiju, Dex, powerhouse fighter.
Yep.
Boost the captain ability, boost the HP of Dex fighter powers by 1.25, boost their attack by 5.5 when they have a recovery, tandem, Wano, Semler, G, or Rainbow Orb 5.25. Otherwise, changes strength orbs of Dex fighter free spirit characters into tandem. Reduces burn by 10 turns, makes recovery and tandem slots beneficial for the crew, and recovers 3x characters recovery in HP at the end of each turn. Their special 13-turn cooldown reduces enemies' threshold by 7 turns, reduces paralysis by 7 turns, reduces poison duration completely, and changes block and barely matching into tandem orbs, and changes orbs of adjacent characters into tandem orbs. If this character was captain at the start of the fight, and this character is a crewmate when the special is activated, boost the attack against enemies inflicted with poison, strong poison, or toxic by 2.75 for 3 turns, 2.5x for 1 turn otherwise. Their super type, which is all of the Germas, inflicts enemy with poison pink, so Reiju poison, for 99 turns. Boost the color affinity of Dex fighter powers characters by 2.25 for 3 turns. Changes Dex to Super Dex. Her tandem, which requires 1 fighter and 1 of the Germas, boosts the tandem attack of the bottom row characters by 2.5x and boosts the tandem attack of all others by 1.5x for 1 turn. Her support, when you reach the final stage, boost attack against enemies inflicted with the various poison variants by 2x for 1 turn. And quickly, her Rumble kit at 25 CT inflicts level 8 attack and speed down debuff to the enemy with the highest HP. When the German units are on your team, applies level 8 attack and speed up buff to fighters. Her ability, level 5 HP and recovery up buff to fighters. For the first 2 times this character lands a dot damage, applies 3 level 3 attack and speed up buff to herself. And that's it. Cool. Really weird unit.
Yeah, this unit is a very strange unit. Like the special, this is the first special we've seen that says if you were the captain at the start of the fight, but you launch the special when you're a crewmate, you get a bigger buff. So you have to use characters on the crew that switch her out of the captain position.
I guess that when you use Rush Sanji, right?
Yeah, Rush Sanji synergizes so incredibly well with this unit. It is absurd.
Like, I guess that when you'd be using Rush Sanji in this kind of regard, I suppose. But like,
or the new rare recruit Germa Bros.
The new Germa Bros, they got a final tap. That's
yeah,
cool.
Their final tap is cool. I love it.
I haven't actually read it properly. Do you have it up? I got it.
Yeah.
Their final tap is adds 500 base attack to self for 1 turn and changes enemies to dex for 1 turn. Whoa.
Yeah, so that has some cool implications. Like maybe not for this unit, but in the future, like it shows that they could add that to a final tap to change enemy
Just
type.
add it to fucking Luffy's Rush. There we go. Now we're
as long
cooking.
as it bypasses immunity.
Yeah, that too. It's a weird batch. I'm very confused at why they're releasing this.
Yeah, it is odd. It is odd.
Like, this is like a legend they had in the back burner. Like, we need a character. Like, we're gonna release Reiju, right?
Yeah, no, Reiju's a weird one, man. Like, she removes Burn as a captain. Like, that's very odd. It's very different.
Unique.
Changes strength orbs into tandem.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like her special though. You know, removing 7 turns of threshold, paralysis, and then remove all poison, getting around block and badly matching slots. And then she's her conditional boost, which she procs with her super type, as well as getting color affinity boost. Like, all round, the unit is pretty okay, but the obvious issue is the poison that she inflicts doesn't go through immunity, so you're at the mercy of enemy debuffs.
Yes. Rumble kit's less than desirable.
Oh, her Rumble is bad. You're not going to use her in Rumble.
Her support could have been so good, but I dislike the fact that it's like it gives you a color, it gives you a conditional boost. But how are you poisoning?
Yeah, I wish it was lower multiplier, but inflicted the poison as well.
Like, it would have been sick if it was a 1.3x conditional boost that like inflicted poison and then also,
or even
like
1.5 to be
honest.
honest.
Something small, exactly. You know, so
yeah, I don't know. I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity. But then again, a 2 times conditional. If you have a way to proc it, that's free damage.
I'm sure there's units there that do poison, or I don't know. There's some unit we're not thinking about that's really good that'll work with this really well.
Because to my knowledge, there is no unit that inflicts poison through immunity at the moment. I don't think.
Magellan? No, Magellan doesn't do it.
No, I don't think he does.
Do neither of the Magellans inflict poison through immunity?
I don't think so.
That's tough.
So
yeah, I can't think of any. So,
and they're gonna make a character with the V2 Akainu where you have to take a hit.
Maybe.
Oh, that would have been sick for this unit.
True.
Yeah.
That would been really sick in their captain ability. Like, if you take damage, like that unit gets inflicted with poison or something like that. I don't know. That'd been really cool, actually.
And the fact this unit can give you a 2.75 conditional, I think, is that the highest conditional boost?
I think it's highest, if not equal highest, something along those lines.
That's crazy. Crazy high.
Especially with units like Robin running around. Like,
right.
You know, you get 2.75 conditional and then another like 2.5x conditional. It's like, bruh, like you're doing absolute numbers right there. I mean, very short and sharp. Like it's just a weird unit. And I agree with you. The tandem is odd. I don't like it. Like, personally speaking, I'm not a fan of this kind of a tandem attack. Like, it's just whatever. Why are you giving boost to bottom row? Like, I don't know what you expect. I don't know what you want.
One thing I will say is that, like, if you're using Rush Sanji, you can use Sanji's Rush and then tap with Reiju and then attack with, you know, another fighter, and you automatically get the super tandem straight away. So, like, there's synergy between, you know, Sanji and Reiju. That's, like, a really good... I wonder how that's going to work in the future. Like, if you can build a fully maxed out Dex, like, fighter-focused team.
Yeah.
That could be kind of good. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I think there is...
Or you need an orb booster, like Super Tandem Luffy is a good orb booster.
Yeah, there you go.
He's Dex.
there's definitely like a lot of room there. There's a lot of room to
Yeah.
to do a lot here. I just think that it's just a very peculiar release because like I do agree
Considering
with
what
you.
we've yeah.
It's considering what we've got and like the fact that like the unit clearly is made for Rush Sanji, so like to help Rush Sanji, but then they've also 6+ Sanji and Judge, so it's
Yep.
kind of already cannibalized the unit in itself already. Like 6+ Sanji Judge already lose value if you're meant to be using this Reiju with Rush Sanji. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a bit of a weird there, but I guess I'll throw it to the peanut boys.
I don't like it. The color affinity. I hate it.
Yeah, it's a great
But
point.
yeah,
It's weird.
that's the only thing I don't really like.
Yeah.
The rest is kind of cool.
I feel like the reason why they did that is because Sanji Judge are an attack and all booster.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know, maybe.
Flame, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't really like the color affinity. Another thing that's really odd, in my opinion, is the first arena and God knows how long was Dex Reiju, and then
Yeah,
they made
see,
it
that's
as
what I'm
well.
saying. Yeah.
Like, did they not think like
That's what I'm saying. Like, this was definitely a back burner legend. They're like, oh, we need to satiate. We need to release something for Kizuna. Here you go. Here's a legend.
Oh yeah.
Reiju.
Side note, I hate the fact that they don't release like free-to-play units for Kizuna all that much anymore. That shit sucks.
Yeah, we're not getting that shit anymore. You're versing fucking Sanji Judge, mate. That's it.
So
that's, all,
stupid.
that's all you get. All right, out of 10.
Boobies.
Yeah,
So,
two zeros.
Boobies.
2 zeros out of 10, mate.
She's
8.
like yeah, I agree. Around 8. Probably
Yeah.
8.15.
She's a 7.5 for me. I don't fucking care this shit. Even if this unit ends up becoming really good, like I still don't care. I'm not a fan of like just shoehorning in characters and like
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah,
enough.
man. She sucks. Yeah.
Yep.
Sucks.
Hey, relax. What's she sucking on? Pause. God damn. Who said that? Not me. I guess then the counterpart of that is the Sanji Judge 6+. That's pretty cool. They're getting a 6+. I don't know if I don't really want to read too deep into it, but
I'm pissed.
why? Go off.
Okay. So, Sanji Judge previously were an attack and all booster with their special.
Yep.
What they've done is they've removed the attack boost from his special and put it in the super swap.
What?
For reasons I do not know. So now you have to do 6 swaps to get the attack buff, and then you only get the all buff from the special.
Yikes.
And they made it 6 swaps, and during treasure map, you only get 5 charges of your super swap. So you have to swap once, then you get the super swap. Stupid ass thing.
What?
I will say though that they did make the special like not terrible. Like it is a damage dealing special now, so that allows
that's
you to
positive.
do supports.
Yep.
Paralysis removal by 7 now is a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've got like additional effects. Like it says if you have an attack buff when you launch his special, that it increases the duration of the attack buff by 1 turn. And oh look, the super swap gives you 2 turns of a 2.25 attack boost. Bitch, just give it a 3 turn attack boost in the special.
Where the fuck am I getting 6 swaps in 4 stages without stalling?
Oh, bro, no, you have to stall. That's the way they want you to play.
Respectfully, I'm just gonna have no attack boost. I guess like if we're playing devil's advocate, the whole reason the swap attack boost is because then like I guess it doesn't get like punished. Like
there are inherent positives and negatives.
But
to what
like it's still a
here.
ridiculous decision to make, like an absolute obscene decision to make. I don't understand that. That doesn't make no sense to me.
Yeah, it just makes his usability a lot slower. And oh yeah, another thing, he removes special bind completely on himself with the switch, and he already did that in his normal form. So I thought it would have made sense if he removes special bind with his special, because he removes it with the swap. But no, he doesn't do that either. So that kind of sucked, because they did it with Legend Shiki. Legend Shiki removes special bind completely on himself as a sub, even in the normal 6-star form.
Yeah.
And then when they super evolved him, they made him remove special bind with his special. Well, that was a really good change. And now they don't do it for this unit. So that's a bit of a missed opportunity there too.
I'm also just reading his resistance thing and his captain ability.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is it meant to not have Sai there?
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of stupid. Is that his captain ability? What does it say? If there is one of every type on the crew, and this character has a Sai or a tandem slot, and you attack with him, he does minus 15% resistance for 1 turn for all the colors except for Sai.
Like what?
Like, and with the way that resistance gets inflicted here, you tap on the character and then the resistance is automatically activated. So Sanji Judge being a Sai unit, they don't actually get a resistance buff increase when they do their damage. So I don't understand why. It makes no sense to me. But yeah. So
this unit is a fucking goofy goober. Like
yeah, I don't know who designed this unit. Yeah, he did get Sengoku'd. Yeah.
Rest in peace, man. Sanji Judge was such a sick. Remember when Sanji Judge
do they?
Go.
No, you go.
No, go. Send it.
I swear.
You're on your shit. You're on your shit,
bro. I'm so pissed because I wanted this unit to be so good.
Absolutely.
But I feel like they are like undervaluing how difficult it is to build a good team with one of every color in it. Because the amount of buffs that you get on these like Super Tandem Sengoku or even Sanji Judge, for example, the things you have to do to put one of every color on the team, you should be getting a very good buff in turn because of that.
Absolutely.
And what they give you for having one of every color is dog shit.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely annoying. I hate it. Oh.
No, I vibe. I agree. It's kind of a shit unit.
Buzz's the captain's 5.2, which is ass.
It's immediately poo. Like it's immediately just poo. You know what I mean? Like 5.2 is just like it's unfortunate, but that's outdated. I'm not using this guy as a captain, and nor am I using him as a sub. So where am I fucking using him in Rumble?
Okay, I got another thing.
Too.
That's where I was gonna go. His Rumble kit. That's where I'm also pissed. Okay, so his Rumble ability, attack and HP buff for powerhouse and fighters. So now he boosts fighters. That's cool. And then HP, when his health is below a certain threshold, you get a further level 8 attack buff to himself. So he's going to be hitting really hard, right? Well, no, because he does fixed damage. 3,000 fixed damage to all enemies in a large sideways range. But he gives himself so much, 14 attack on himself.
He gives himself so much attack.
But he does fixed damage. It's not even a multiplier attack.
Dude, he gives himself level 6 attack, and then when he's below HP, he gives himself level 8 attack, and then he special gives himself level 7 attack. So, like, he gives himself, like, a 21 attack.
His normal attacks are going to be hitting like a truck, bro. Oh, my God.
He has fixed 3k fixed damage. This unit is so shit.
One of the worst designed 6+s we've had.
Actually, might be up there for the worst 6+ of the year.
As sad as that is.
He's going to be up there.
So good.
Sanji Judge was such a sick unit as well. Remember, like, the chain multiplier growth rate? Everyone's like, yo, what, dude? You used to, like, bring this unit just for the swap. That was it.
Bro,
like, just for that swap.
I used to be the biggest defender of this unit back in the day.
This unit was so good when he came out.
Actually, facts though. Like he actually was incredible, and now he's like so shit.
Terrible design.
God damn! What a great way to end the app.
Fucking hell, man.
On that shit.
All right. Well, hopefully next month they make the Super Evolutions a bit better.
Oh, next month is fucking Gear 5.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible too.
That's gonna be terrible as well. We don't know yet. I'm scared for that one. All right. Well, with that being said, in other news, we are looking at auto power doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, clap him out. Thanks, Bandai. Good shit, everyone.
Well, it does work on Japan,
JP,
right?
though. Yeah, that's correct. It does work on JP.
We're still waiting for the update on global.
I think we'll get it with that maintenance that's happening in like 2 days or whatever. That'd be my guess. But in the long run, auto power up, probably one of the best updates to ever happen to Treasure Cruise. Genuinely. Too bad it doesn't fucking work. So like 6 of one, half a dozen the other, right? Bandai never changes. You can purchase 20 Super Collar from the Gem Ray shop. Go do that.
I did buy that actually.
It's like 60 gems for like 20 Super Collars. That's Pog. The August? That's not a word. The August Metal Exchange. I just need to scroll up to find it because I mean it still was shit anyway. So I don't know why.
I think it was bad. I think the treasure map rare recruits were good.
Yes, there was a Dexotama, which I think is the best
chopper.
part. Oh my god, so much fucking shit news I don't care about. Why is there so much stuff going on this damn? Sengoku and Zoro Sanji 600 medals. Nami Usopp, Straw Hat, V2 Straw Hats, Kaido, Wano Law and Blue Doflamingo for 400 medals. V3 Ray for 250 medals. Saba Koala and Shanks Crew. Sorry, not Shanks Crew. Int Shanks for 150. Then we have 3 TM characters. Probably the Dexo Tama is what you're looking for there.
Yeah,
and then you have some swimsuit units that are also 100 medals each.
And they added limited rare recruit Lucy.
That's
Very
fucked,
good.
by the way. That's incredible.
Yeah, Lucy's amazing.
That's permanent now. So you just pick that up whenever you.
And it works very well with Gear 5 too.
Yes, absolutely. So decent enough medal shop, I suppose. And then I guess final thing in the other news section, we hit top grossing. Way!
Oh yeah, we did.
We
Surprisingly,
hit top grossing in Japan. Congratulations, the Japanese players, for spending your money on another unit once again. Congratulations, guys. Nice. But no, it's great. We got gems for it. I think, to be honest with you, with the celebration, they've been very generous with the amount of gems. And I'm not talking just era gems. Like, there's also been other gems as well they've been handing out too. So like, it's been a very generous celebration without a doubt. So very positive in that kind of regard. That's it from other news. Anything else that we're forgetting? Don't think so. No, I don't think.
I don't think so.
But from there, from everyone's favorite section to the shout outs. Well, hey,
let's go.
As per usual, if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. Flame, what are they commenting?
Candy
in the description down below. If you comment, I will come over to your house and I will give you candy if you want. I won't harass you otherwise. But if you can find the means, or you want to support the show even further, you can do so via hitting the join button. Plenty of different tiers, different price points. You get the episodes early. You get priority questions and this, and you get your name read out as well. Well, hey, but without further ado, to our GGP producers of TheLordShiro and Alexander Wisniewski, our perfect member of Bryan, Kisa, and McDermott, our great member of MyDrunkenMoneky, Cody, Cswins, and Kataki Bonji, and our good members of Ryoiin, Stump D, Gacha, Red Halo, Dr. E Recshin, Wankafella, and Mike Schallo. Thank you guys for the continued support.
Appreciate that, lads.
From everyone's favorite section into the shoutouts, into everyone's actual favorite section, it is the Q&A. As per usual, if you have any questions, make sure you go send them through to us at GGP Podcast on Twitter or via our YouTube community tab. First question comes in from @obsidian_steed_. They ask, for One Piece, has there been a theory you really like that turned out to be true? What other theories would you like to come to fruition?
Jeez. Can't even think of any theories that I remember that eventually came true.
I agree. I've been trying to think about it for like a day or two now. I can't think of anything. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not too big on One Piece theories, to be honest.
Yeah,
I used to be like hella deep into them, and then I started realizing like, bro, the people that like watch the show are actually dumb as shit.
Oh
like,
yeah, you literally lose IQ points.
Like let the man who made the show cook. Oda does not disappoint. Like, I think he doesn't need your shitbag theory, brother. I think he'll do just fine, man. But I don't think that there have been any theories that.
Actually, I do have one.
Oh, you got one? All right, hit it.
So like before, it was like early Wano. Apparently, there's like a theory that like before we saw like Rio and stuff, that like the next form of hockey was going to be golden hockey. So if they do make that,
bro,
anime baby,
I'll be kind of excited for that. That'd be kind of goated.
I love that. Cool.
But then
Also,
he also says,
Lion Man Luffy. Yeah.
What is that?
What
is Lion Man Luffy?
I wish
like
we,
a
I
new
wish we
Gear
got
4
Yeah.
I wish we got
Gear 5.
I wish we got the Limit Breaker Gear 5 where it was all black.
Oh, that's the one that I want, bro. I tried so hard and bro, I wish that was
fan images are so goated.
I love that image so much, dude. What Gear 5 should have been, dude. It should have been that. That's so fun. All right. Next question from Usopp's Will. They ask,
Obsidian still has another question.
oh, what other question is there? Did I mess it up?
What other theories would you like to come to fruition?
IZ. What other theories are there? I know you guys aren't big theory Donnies, but what other
Shanks
theories?
is evil.
Shanks is evil.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
that to come true, to be honest.
At this point, like, fuck
Zoro
Shanks.
evil.
Bro, don't. That's fucking crazy.
Zoro stabs Luffy at the end.
Zoro stabs Luffy at the end.
Luffy wakes up and it's all a dream.
Zoro kills Kaido.
Zoro
Yeah,
kills
true.
DKK.
Dude, Zoro stabbing Luffy at the end would be so funny because then it's like dun 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 dun, dun and Zoro's like, I'm a pirate hunter. I always have been, or some shit like that.
I think the theory of like destroying the red line to create the all blue, I think that's gonna be true.
I would like that. I think that'd be. I think Kuma's gonna do that. Fucking pull up. Yeah, I don't know if there are any other like theories or anything of the sort. I suppose. I do think like Shanks being evil would be like I'd be annoyed, but it would be funny as hell.
Shanks is evil.
I mean,
Yeah,
like, there's another theory like Blackbeard's like has like the Cerberus fruit. That's why he's able to.
yeah,
have
like
the
the Kraken shit or whatever, like 3 hearts or 3
Yeah.
heads or whatever the hell it is type thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I could see. Bro, what is that last one?
Nah, that's crazy.
What is that? Todd, for those that aren't aware, Todd, I mean, you wouldn't be aware. Todd's posting images of like OG like thoughts on like Gear 5, and they
Limit
Yeah.
Breaker
Yeah.
Luffy.
they're so shit. What is that one? Like, was he wrapped him? He's clad himself in his own arm or some shit? Like, what the fuck is that?
I do not know.
I hate it. Like, someone drew that. Like, get
Right?
help. Seek tremendous amounts of help. I can't believe it.
But
Anywho, at Usopp's will, they ask, do you think OPTC will make units of the One Piece live action cast? It would be
I hope
interesting to
not.
see drawings of the live action cast to be played as units in the game. It would be promotion for the show and a new gimmick that people might jump at. I don't think we'll get live action style things, but I could see them releasing like an OG like base Luffy as like a legend and then having like a batch revolved around that type thing. That could be cool.
Go back to East Blue, baby.
I'm down.
Like
Fuck it.
those LRRs.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like similar to
Yeah,
those
yeah.
limited rare recruit type things. Like if they wanted to do promotion, they could do promotion in that kind of regard, where they release like maybe like the 5 of them as like a crew unit or something like that. I don't know, like something along those regards. They could definitely do, I suppose. But I don't think they're gonna be putting in fucking Emily Rudd into fucking One Piece Straight Recruit.
I think as far as they'll go is they'll have an advertisement banner in game for the Netflix series, and I think that'll be that.
yeah, they'll release something.
Maybe
yeah.
a gem, like a few gems or something.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Yep. Cool. Next question from Hamid. He asks, TM sucks. Yeah, that's great. Great point.
Yep.
How could Bandai make it better? They've tried, but it's not getting any better. Let's talk about GP. This season was disgustingly challenging. Well, that's because Gear 5 is a problem.
Yeah,
And
it was a mistake.
It was a mistake, and we can't resolve it. How do we make TM better? I think
Boosted
at
list.
this point, removing the map movement would make it so much more fluid. I think moving TM to the hex map the same way that PKA is done, I think that would be the play.
Interesting.
Like, and then you plot a chart and you just like draw like a how you want to go, and it just does it automatically. There's no more remove rolling. Fuck rolling. I hate this. I hate this stupid fucking rolling.
That's a
thing.
good point. Yeah,
If they remove the rolling thing, TM would be free. It'd be so
because
much
you can
easier.
guarantee where you want to go. Like
Exactly.
you're giving up stuff to land on other things.
Yeah, exactly. And like, but
Yeah.
you chart a course from the very start. So you're like, I want to go like straight up, down, blah, 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 blah. And you can only hit certain things and do certain tasks and whatever it is. I think taking the PK map design and putting that in TM would alleviate a lot of downtime for sure. But I agree. Boosted list, like you said. I mean, boosted list always needs better boosted list, more of a variety of units, more like there's more options, more things.
Yep.
And that's like the only ways you can really resolve it. Like they've already, you can't get any faster. It's already like 3 stages. Like, unless you want to just have only boss fights, which you could. There are like nuanced things you could do where like I've always had this idea that like they should let you verse the final boss without versing the mini bosses, but then the final boss just has more HP or more debuffs, and the more mini bosses you defeat, the easier the final boss becomes, kind of thing. You could do something.
I dig that.
That's something that you could potentially do, or like have auto clearing the mini bosses potentially if you've done it before. Like you've cleared the mini bosses, you go to the final thing and it's an instant win or something like that. Like you could even do it that, so you only have to verse the final boss. Like there are ways around that you could definitely do.
I feel like rewards are pretty good for TM at the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't have an issue with that at the moment.
I would say if we want to get nitpicky, I think maybe having Super Cola be put into the point rewards. Like at 10 mil, you get like a couple Super Cola or something like that.
That's a good call.
That'd be the only thing that I would be like pointing towards. Yep. And maybe we should start getting gold tablets. Not the fucking point chest. That don't get me started. That chest is poo. But like having a rotation of every month you give out like one tandem final tab or rush tablet would be great.
I mean, considering how many of these types of units that they release, and
maybe not rush.
How many gold tablets do we get a year? Like just of all the gold ones, how many do you think we get? One
or two a year at most.
Yeah, it's probably 2 is about the maximum I would say that we get. It's pretty ridiculous.
I would say like maybe not rush because that's still brand new, but I would be pretty perturbed. Like we should be getting at least one tandem or final tablet per month. I think so at this point in time, or one every 2 months. I don't know, something like that. But we should be getting them more frequently. And I think TM is a great place to be like, all right, you get 15 million points, you get a gold tablet. There you go. New reward point. 15 million, you get a gold tablet. Done. Call it a day. Next question comes in from Regicide. Similar question. Pros/cons of having TM as a permanent event, considering how many new units we get, being harder for newer players to keep up with limit break and potential abilities, and the possibility of a trade mode, Sugo for Sugo, Super Sugo for Super Sugo. I don't think people would ever be against a permanent TM. Like,
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because then you can just infinitely go and farm materials as much as you want.
I mean, they've done it with like Super Pipe Rumble, right? Like they have Super Pipe Rumble for the like what's the final like mode called?
It's like
the championship.
Championship, Super Pipe Rumble.
And then only a certain amount of days of the championship.
The final like 4 days are counted, or something like that. Yeah.
So they could do that, but for treasure map.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think also on top of that, again, I think that surprisingly, I think the PKA leveling system is actually like really good here. Like being able to then reduce your mini boss levels back down or something like that. Yeah. So you could just go in and auto the crap out of them, and then just have like just farm LB mats till to your heart's content per se. Like I think that a perm mode. And everyone's been talking about this for ages, but yeah, permanent mode would be good. And a trading mode, trading mode will never be a good thing. Unless it's like embedded in-game one, where like if you have a duplicate copy, you can trade that for like... The way that I would do it is that like you could either sell the duplicate copy for Ray points, or you could sell it for medals, potentially. Or you can use Ray points to buy medals or something like that, and then that would be your exchange system. Like, that would be the only way that I could see it working.
For the level limit break ticket.
Oh, that's a good shout. Like trade in a couple legends for a level limit break, like a red poster, or like trade in rare recruits for a gold poster. That's a really good idea, actually. Or just fucking make them purchasable in the goddamn fucking metal shop, which you promised us like fucking 3 years ago that items would be purchasable in the goddamn metal shop, and you've never done it.
Yeah, they're never going to introduce items to the metal shop.
Yeah, it's fucking broken. Everyone has like for thousands of medals now.
Yeah, I can tell you for
they're
sure.
Gonna sell armors in there.
I can tell you for sure.
Bro, I can't wait to buy a 5-star Luffy straw hat and attach it to fucking Zoro for bonus 1.2x damage, dude.
No, I literally asked Yoshi about that.
Yeah, you did. He said fuck off.
Doing it. But
then they also killed him. So
yeah, we don't know where Yoshi is right now.
He's also missing. So maybe he said too much to you. Zoro stabbed him at the very end. Roger's base stabbed him in the chest. Next question from Liam Lime. They ask, do you think the game should have modes that go away from the standard 6 crew units? Yes.
In what way?
Okay.
I had this tinfoil idea where you'd bring 12 characters, and then in the quest you'd swap between crews, like entire like 6-man teams. So you'd run 2 crews, and like, okay, stage 1 you're using crew 1, and then you could swap to stage crew 2, and then blah blah blah. So you have more, and like then in that sense you can use all of your specials to get more and more potential and more damage, and then bosses can have like billions and billions of HP or whatever it is, or trillions even. On top of that, I think it's a Dokkan that does it, where like there's a mode where you can bring like 50 characters or whatever it is, and like you have to build teams to like beat the content or whatever it is. I think that's also a really good idea. Like you bring like 30 units, the same way that the Grand Party works, right? You have 3 teams. You have to use those teams, right?
Yeah.
But doing that for crews. So you have 5 crews or 3 crews, and then you have to defeat 3 quests back to back, or like, I don't know, you're not sure what they are. I think that something like that would be really, really cool. Like more game modes that revolve around having more units and such.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Max Fowler, they ask, what character would you most like to see for the Super Suga at the end of this month? It's the end of August, Super Suga Fest.
That is a good question.
Honestly,
I feel like the safest bet is Law Kid, right?
I was about to say, like, just give me Law Kid. Like, just give me a Law Kid
Yamato
awakened doing
and
Shut the fuck up talking to Yamato.
Another Kaido.
I want Yamato Kaido dual unit, not versus.
Oh, no. Yamato and Momo, let's go.
Let's go. Momo V2 already in the bag. What's up? I think Lauren Kid is the safest bet. I don't see anything else they could really do.
Like a Law Kid dual unit?
Yeah. Or just like
I think it could be like Law Kid dual unit and then like a solo Big Mom. It could be a versus unit where one side is Big Mom, the other side is like Law and Kid together.
Yeah. But yeah, I think some form of awakened Law Kid would be fucking crazy fun. Or maybe just solo Law, solo Kid, 2 Super Suga Fest. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, that's possible.
Like, I don't want that, but
yeah,
they could do that, that's for sure. I don't think there's anything else that they could release right now. Like nothing, everything seems
considering
a bit,
the campaign is like Decisive Battle in the Sky, like that's the name of the campaign.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly.
So it has to fall in line with that.
Yeah, so like I don't think there's many other. I mean, I don't know.
That's it. We're getting another Hawkins and Killer. Yeah.
Yeah, Killer. Honestly, a Killer versus Hawkins, just like Legend, would be fucking kind of cool as well. That'd be.
I mean, we did have that earlier this year. Basically, a whole celebration around them.
Yeah, do it again. Why not? I don't know. Bring it back. We're running out of ideas. Bro, we just fucking go to Legend. We got a Legend Reiju that's the same color and class as the fucking arena unit that just came out. Like, I don't know if they're running out of ideas.
Legend Kamarasaki. That's the same art of her crying.
Shut the fuck up. Legend Orochi.
Oh no.
There we go.
Riser versus Fukuroku.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
Okay.
Legend Jinbei putting out the water. Putting out the fire.
No, dual Legend Raizo Jinbei. Let's go.
Hey, hold on. That might cook, dude. Remember when everyone clowned on Robin and Jinbei, and now they're like one of the best regular badge legends to have?
Bruh, Robin and Jinbei stay winning, and they get like the best supports ever.
Exactly. So like, I don't know, maybe a Raizo has some crazy good supports as well. And so like, a Raizo Jinbei unit might go fucking crazy. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who let him cook?
Bro's
cooking right now. God damn.
Yeah, right. But I think it's Law Kid, Big Mom, Kaido-ish in that realm.
Yeah. I could see them doing another Super Suga Fest Kaido as the final release in September. Because if they're going to 6+ Gear 5 in September, I could see them doing a Super Suga Fest Kaido in September as well.
There's like that other like Zoan form of Kaido that we don't have a unit of yet. Like he looks a little different. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. No, I know
Wait,
I know what you're
where
talking
he's
about.
in like he's kind of like in the drunken state,
Yeah, the drunk Kaido like
Oh, yeah.
would be really good.
but like he changes either way. Oh yeah, I've got a picture of it. I'll show you guys in the chat right here. So like
Yeah.
he changes from like that blue color to like more of a purpley color, and
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah,
eyebrows
yeah,
go more
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That I think like a drunken Kaido, like hybrid-y esque fish dude, whatever it is form, like I think there's value. I think that they will do that in September. That'd be my guess. I think September is Kaido because of the Gear 5-6 plus, and I think you have Law and Kid in
Oh
in
well,
August.
there's also the fact that when Kaido when he goes back into the dragon form and he goes like the magma dragon or whatever,
Oh, you could get
like the
that.
final attack.
That'd be cool. That'd
It's
be cool as
probably
fuck.
gonna be that.
Yeah. There you go. There's a few ideas for you
August is gonna be Wano Ivankov when he went to save the scabbards.
there. What the fuck are you
Huh?
smoking?
What One Piece were you reading?
There's a theory.
Oh
my
that it was
God.
Ivankov because
Ivankov's
of
coming to save the day.
checks. Yeah, pretty
And
much.
he injects
For some reason.
Luffy with the
Oh.
Gear 5 serum.
Yep.
Oh,
Does it let's go? That's fuck off.
I am glad that did not happen.
I'm glad the One Piece fans don't write One Piece. That's it.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not.
What? Hey, what do you mean? You want to see why? You want to see Ivankov pull up to fucking Wano and
Yeah.
inject Luffy again? That's
And
crazy.
This is an injection.
Hey, bro, go get vaccinated, man. That's what I'm saying. Next question from Dr. E Recshin. Cool.
Hey yo.
I recently got back in OPTC. Not cool. Taking a break and realized that I sadly still have fun with it. Okay, well, that's good then. Have any of you guys stopped playing a game for a while just to come back and realize that you still find joy in it?
No. I feel like
Um,
I've had a similar kind of situation to that, but not like for the same thing. Like it is kind of a side thing, but like when I was a kid, I remember playing like an old Ratchet and Clank game.
Oh
And
yeah.
I remember I got stuck on a level and it was like super hard, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh, I hate this game. I'm never playing it again. And like 5 years later, I like randomly turned it on and started playing it, and then I beat the level in like the first go. I'm like, why did I hate this?
I'm such a dumb kid.
Yeah, and then I played the rest of it, and it was like amazing.
I think that's
Yeah.
me in FIFA. I hadn't played FIFA for so long. I played it like this year, and I was like, "Fuck, this is fun," and I hate that this is fun. So that was definitely me for sure. And that, and also Civ 6 as well. I started playing Civilization 6 again, and I was like,
Interesting.
"God damn, this is fun as hell."
I don't have a game in particular, but I'll just say Gacha as a whole.
Yeah, you keep coming back.
Yep.
Keeps getting you.
I like that.
Now you got anything?
I guess like in general, there's usually like a lot of games that I'll play, and I'll be like, this is fun, and then I just out of nowhere just drop it, and then I'll come back later to them and like, oh, why did I drop this game?
This kind of busting. Cool. All right. Penultimate question from Wankafella.
Here we go.
We have
Yeah.
Dr. E Recshin, then we're wanking fellas. Hey fellas, I'm sure we're all looking forward to the live action One Piece show and hope it's good so they do more. If they do more arcs and you all were the producers, who would you cast for the remaining Straw Hats? Here are my picks. Robin, Gal Gadot. Where's your money coming from? Gal Gadot.
Yes, sir.
Frankie is Jim Carrey. Jesus Christ.
No.
Brooke is Adam Driver.
What?
Jinbei is Jack Black. That's fucking nuts. And Chopper is Ariana Grande. What the rock are you on about?
Yeah, none of those will fly, unfortunately.
Where's your money at? You got money for Gal Gadot?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So
I don't know. I don't know like actors enough to like cast, I suppose.
Yeah.
yeah,
The only one I would say is, like the short dude from Game of Thrones. I'll put him as Chopper.
Peter Dinklage.
Tyrion.
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage. Yeah, there you go. Peter Dinklage is Chopper. There you go. On the OPTC side of things, why the hell did they make TM so ridiculously hard this time around? That is all. Yeah, yep. TM sucks. a very TM themed Q&A this time around. You know, I guess it's that time of the year. And as usual, our final question from Cody, which isn't a question, it's just a remark. I had a few questions though. Hey fellas, thanks for the work that you do. Unfortunately, I don't have any questions for you this week. Just wanted to check in, see how everyone was doing, and say as always how much you are all appreciated. Much love as always, guys, and hoping to get into more of a routine again with questions soon. Your boy Cody in Canada. Thank you, Cody. We appreciate you as always.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I think everyone's head down grinding and stuff. So, but that's it. That's us for another episode 98. We are approaching the episode 100. If you have any
this
ideas,
time next month.
Yeah. If you have any, we might actually have episode 100 at the release of Gear 5 6 Plus. So there you go.
Sure, yeah.
If you have any ideas of what you guys want us to do for the episode 100, let us know down below. We would appreciate that. But I think that's it from us. Anything else, lads? Anything? Final thoughts? Final sign-offs?
Keep on grinding.
Yep. Hustling and bustling.
Grind is
Have
good.
a good weekend, everyone.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
Enjoy
yo.
your weekends. Enjoy it. Even though it's gonna. I hope you had a good
Hey,
weekend.
yo.
What do you say? Hey, yo, no, run that back. Actually, I was gonna ignore it. Then I was like, why do you think, hey, yo? It means then have a good weekend. What are you, hey, yo?
Yeah, that's all I said.
No,
Yeah.
no, Todd said grind his dick.
Oh.
I didn't hear all
Only
that.
Knight heard it.
Knight is the quintessential out of pocket guy that he hears the out of pocket sentences when they're not said. Wait, why the fuck you saying grind his dick? That's crazy though. That's fucking nuts. I'm
That
not
is
talking
nuts.
your nuts. You know what I'm saying? As per usual, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment candy in the description down below. If you want to know more about us, you can head to the description. You can go to our Linktree link, that is linktr.ee/Good Great Perfect. Find all of our socials, our Twitter at GGP Podcast, or on anchor.fm/Good Great Perfect. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well. Keep scrolling down there. You can find all of our social media links as hosts. Flavius, Nightmare JP, and Toadski, and myself, Captain Papi. But that's it. Wrapped up 98 in the books. With that being said, I've been Captain Papi, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you guys for listening to episode next time. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.
My boy.